What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. As you saw by the thumbnail, late last night we took delivery of Daily Driven Exotics Hummer H1. We're going to be doing some cool work on it, but let me just tell you, this thing is a complete beast. It looks a lot better in person than it does in pictures, right? Before we get into details what we're going to do to this, let's get some B-rolls of this beast. So the plan for this is a full custom interior. As you can see, it looks perfect on the outside, but it's time to make the inside look good as well. So as of right now, we do not know what we're working with. We're still designing the interior. We don't know if we're gonna go with leather, alcantara, diamond stitching, or any of this, honestly. So we're just kind of looking at prices, also material, all this good stuff. So let's just take a look on the interior, how it looks right now. Alright guys, we were not planning on working on this today, but you know what, let's go ahead and actually kind of get a little bit into it. We are going to remove the soft top just so we can get a better view on the interior. It's also going to help us with light and also going to help us move around when we're pulling everything apart as well. So let's go ahead and pull off the soft top. Yo, this is looking a lot of light in the shop now. What do you think? Easy work?
I think it's pretty easy. It's a lot easier than what I thought it was going to be.
It's a lot
like.
more simpler.
Now that you see it in person, it's just, you know, regular screws here and there, nothing hidden.
Yeah,
really.
It's all screw on, screw off, screws everywhere. So this is going to come out real nice, real fast. So we somewhat got an idea what we want to do to the seats. We want to do some sort of diamond stitching in the middle, some alcantara or suede. Depends which one's cheaper, correct?
Haven't decided on the colors of any of that, but
yeah.
I mean,
I don't know what we're gonna do with the door panels as well. I mean, this little pocket right here, I mean, I've noticed a lot of it is loose, especially on that side. It looks like, hey, check this out. It looks like somebody made a campfire.
Somebody was smoking it.
Check this out. Yeah, it looks like somebody, I don't know if there's a heat in the car, but somebody got a little bit cold, decided to start some campfire up in here, right?
Looks like marshmallows. Looks like
marshmallows or something. I don't know, man.
Damn.
But this is gonna be an easy fix, you know. We're gonna get all new trimmings. Get a new carpet in black. We're gonna get some new carpets here as well. I noticed there's no carpet on that side. I think we're gonna use the same carpet we use in our Humvee, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's been that carpet has been used in this shop, man. That carpet has been used. There is boats that got rebuilt with that carpet.
Hey, that's probably the best carpet I ever worked with. It's boat carpet. It's waterproof.
I mean,
it's everything. It's sick.
We'll go check it out.
Yeah, let's go check it out.
Let's go check it out.
By the way, if you guys are new to this channel, we are also rebuilding a Humvee as well. So make sure to go on our channel. We're probably going to put in our descriptions. Check out our Humvee build as well. But I mean, check out this carpet right here. I mean, it's a little bit dirty right now. And you know, the welder burned that thing up. You know, all around, man. That got melted and everything.
Where is it? It's on the other side.
Check this out, man. This guy.
It looks dirty.
It looks dirty. It ain't dirty. Those are all burnt holes. All from well. Look at that. I could put my whole finger in this thing, man.
It's a starlight in the carpet.
That brand new carpet. This guy just ruined it. He was welding a slab back and he just destroyed that thing completely. This is kind of the idea we want to go with the seats, kind of. It's definitely different seats, so it's going to be a little bit different, and it's going to be alcantara. I mean, it's going to be a lot better. These are some cheap eBay seats, but I mean, this
Amazon.
Is on a
they're
budget,
not eBay,
man.
they're Amazon.
So here we got the carpet as well on the boat. I mean, this thing looking nice.
It's looking nifty.
Yeah, so let's go ahead, maybe. Let's go with that carpet, man.
Yeah, this carpet's been used everywhere, man. Every car.
I prefer this carpet a lot better than carpets that actually come for the automotive.
The reason why I like this carpet is because it's actually waterproof. So underneath it, it's all fully rubber. Fully rubber underneath. It is waterproof.
Let's get a sample, man. We have to have a sample on the shop somewhere. All right, guys. So check this out. It's low profile, heavy duty, rubber on the bottom. This thing just feels good as well. I mean, not a lot of dust goes in there. It's easy to vacuum.
It is really easy because all the other carpets, they do have the netting inside, and then the dust gets stuck in there and everything. This one, the dust just only goes a little bit in the carpet, and you gotta vacuum it out, and that's it. It still stays clean.
You can even pressure wash this thing, man.
You could pressure wash it.
I mean, it's made for the boats, dude.
Yeah, I mean it's it's some good stuff.
This whole center console, man, I don't know. I think we're gonna do like some sort of leather or even Alcantara or half and half. Do some stitchings on the corner because I really don't want to paint this. You know, I mean, you could paint it, but I mean, it's gonna look a lot better.
The seats, the flooring is gonna be pretty simple to do, you know.
Yeah.
But this center console with all the curves, everything, I don't know how
it's gonna be a challenge, but it's gonna be done, and it's gonna be done good.
Yeah.
All right, guys, while we are waiting to fully finish the design on the interior for this thing, I mean, we did get it only yesterday at night, you know what I mean? We're kind of already ripping into it, but, you know, we just need a little bit of time just to kind of get the design in order, see what we're going to work with, and get pretty much back into it. But for now, I mean, let's show them force of love, man. I mean, we haven't touched it in a minute. I think we should just kind of get into it and just kind of put some work into it as well. I mean, might as well, you know?
Yeah, first things first, well, the plan is just to lift it up, go underneath, maybe start taking apart the suspensions, change the subframe, you know, oil pan, all that.
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen the M4 video, I'm also going to drop it in the description so you guys can check it out. I mean, this is 1 out of 750. This is a Heritage Edition, so this is a really special spec. So this is actually going to be a really cool car after it's finished, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. Everybody knows these Ams, man, they go crazy, man.
You off my mind.
Alright guys, so this is what we've done so far. We went ahead and cut the subframe. I mean, it is trash anyways. We needed to take off this control arm. And we were going to drop the whole rack and pinion down just so it wouldn't be in the way, but we can't do that until we drop the whole subframe because this thing's all pretty much sandwiched in there. We went ahead and disconnected everything. Our next plan is actually to jack up the engine a little bit. Go ahead and unscrew the subframe completely to all the way, drop it, get the new subframe in here, pick it back up.
Yeah, we're probably going to take out some more stuff on the engine. That's
no, actually, yeah, we won't be able to put the subframe on until we change the oil pan.
Yeah, that's true.
The oil pan comes first.
Yeah, so we might just, we might still pull off some of these parts. I mean, we pulled off a whole bunch of tubing and all this good stuff, but we might pull off some more stuff just to kind of give us more room just when we're going to be working with the frame. And are we going to pull the engine fully when we work on the frame, or how is that going to work?
No, there's a lot of room to work on the frame. So once because we still need to pull the alternator out and the water pump. Once we pull all that out, there should be more than enough.
Yeah, I mean, once you pull all this stuff out, I mean, there is plenty of room. And once we throw on the new subframe, I mean, it's going to be good to go.
That's also going to help the frame guy too with the subframe. And plus, once we put the subframe on, we're at least going to have a rolling chassis because the subframe is pushed so far back that the tire is actually scraping onto this right here. So the car is not really able to roll. It does roll, but it's really hard to push around. So we want the frame guy to be comfortable with the car. You know, it's going to be a rolling chassis. We roll it up there, roll it down, whatever.
Yeah. All right, well, let's get straight back into it.
All right, guys, so we did end up pulling out the subframe. The actual rack and pinion is fine. The inner tie rod is bent, and I believe the outer tie rod is somewhat bent too. And this ball joint is busted. Actually, no, it looks good to me. Anyways, we're also gonna need the stabilizer bar. The link looks like it's good. Both links are good. We're only gonna need the bar. And then we do have the new subframe here. We also have the engine mounts here for this. But before that, we're actually gonna go ahead and torque this gasket with the oil pan, switch that one, and we also have to change the transmission mounts together with the bushings. We went ahead and got the new bushings too. Those ones, I believe one of them are ripped. But look how BMW made these. You'll see underneath, this bushing rips, it still has this safety here that holds the actual transmission so when it falls to the ground. It's pretty cool.
It's pretty sick.
Let's go ahead and dump all the oil from the engine and start off with the oil pan. Alright guys, so we did want to drop the oil pan first, but the bracket that actually holds the engine mount is in the way for one of the bolts, just literally one of the bolts. And in order to unscrew that bracket, it's holding on 4 bolts. We did get 3 of them out. The 4th one is in the very far corner. In order to reach there with more comfort, we do actually have to take off all these pulleys. I'm talking about the alternator and also the AC pump.
Good thing we still gotta pull them up because they're broken.
I mean, they're still broken. Now we have actually more free space to work over there.
Yeah, so let's continue. Alright guys, so we pulled out the old oil pan. What we're going to do now is degrease it, throw on the new gasket, throw on the new bolts as well. We did get new bolts that have new Loctite on it and everything. Those ones, once you pull them out, the Loctite is done and gone. So
you could always cross-thread it and then it'll hold in.
Yeah, but no, we got to do everything right, man. So
we're also actually going to go and screw it on with 25 pounds.
Yeah, 25
of torque,
pounds
so
torque. Make sure everything's correct.
Make sure everything's A1, you know.
Yeah, so let's just throw on the new oil pan back on the engine.
Alright guys, so the subframe is actually on. It's about 70% on, I'm gonna say. We do have it bolted on in the back, but we can't really bolt it on in the front because the rails are messed up. This one, from the subframe, what we've seen, this one is slightly bent to the, what would it be, the right side? Slightly bent to, yeah, slightly bent to the right side. That one's just straight up toast. So what we ended up doing is putting these straps right here. I mean, they're nice and sturdy. We got the engine on, the engine mount, everything lines up. We are waiting on some suspension parts that we need for the driver's side and as well as some for the passenger side. So that way we could make it pretty much a rolling chassis for the frame, you know. We also did end up getting a new drive shaft. From the impact, that one is busted. The engine did move about 3 inches back.
I did not expect that, man.
Yeah, I mean, all it did was bust the drive shaft. That's it. That's like I wouldn't say an easy fix. It is kind of complicated, especially on this car. From what I heard. So we're gonna go ahead and do the drive shaft on a lift. There's no way we're gonna be able to do it without a lift.
Yeah, so I mean, we're gonna do all that after we get the frame done, just get that out of the way. I mean, because we started receiving a whole bunch of parts. I mean, like, we got the hood, we got the bumper, we got that little carbon fiber, what would you call that?
I wouldn't even know what to go.
We're getting used parts because we're planning to save a lot of money. And
there's also, we did get the headlights, all the airbags for the interior. Pretty much we're settled on parts for now.
So our next step is just frame, right? Once we get on the frame.
That's all we're waiting for is just frame.
Yes.
That will be it for today's video. So don't forget to smash that subscribe button, leave a comment below, also share this video, and if you want to see behind the scenes, follow us on Instagram at Foreign Builds. Peace.
Listen to that turbo.
This thing is sick.